Hi guys! I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Systematic Synthesis project. What this is it's a final project that will allow you to take all the information you've learned this semester and bring it all together. So how you're going to do that is by finding a scientific article of your choosing. I will give you some tips and guidelines for how to find those. And what you're going to do with that paper is you're going to break it apart into different components. And at the end of the semester, during the very last week, we're going to meet once or twice together as a group, and you're going to give us your presentation. So we will talk about the logistics of the presentation a little bit later, but I wanted to show you all the tools that you have available to you. You are actually able to see the project already. So if you go to our Moodle page, which you've seen many, many times, and you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, there is a section dedicated specifically to the Systematic Synthesis project. You will notice that there are 3 things that have been uploaded there. The first one is called the Systematic Synthesis paper submission. The second is the paper outline. And the third is the Systematic Synthesis presentation. So let me quickly walk you through what you're going to be doing. Number 1, I want you to identify a group of organisms that you're interested in. You cannot just choose one species or one organism unless you're going to be talking about a phylogeny that's based on populations. That is something you can do, but try to find a group of organisms, right? Phylogenies rely on not just one species, but many, or not just one individual, but many, if you're thinking about a population. So after you find your interesting group, or you've identified it, you're going to be using a couple of different ways to search online for your paper. You can use Google Scholar, or you can use our Hanover Library to find a good paper. And what you're going to be doing then is uploading that paper for me. So this very first area in Moodle is called paper submission. I want you to upload your PDF, a PDF of the paper that you've selected. Make sure you save it on your computer. And what I will be doing is approving that paper just to make sure that it's something that you can work through, and also approving the group of organisms, because what sometimes happens is a cluster of students will choose the same exact group. And so what I might do is suggest that you expand your search a little bit, or you narrow it down a little bit to say a specific family instead of an order. So you're going to upload your paper there. And when you go to the second part called paper outline, once I have approved of your paper and your set of organisms, you can open this up, and there's a document posted there called Systematic Synthesis Project Paper Outline, and this will help you outline your paper. So this is what it looks like. And what you're going to be doing is working through the paper that you have found. I'm going to ignore some of the introductory material. Please read through it. And you're going to be finding highlights of that paper. So I want the journal citation. You have to give me a little bit of information about the authors. And then you're going to talk a little bit about the taxa themselves, or the taxonomic group. You can cite any online sources that you find. Wikipedia is awesome for this. And then you're going to talk a little bit about how many species are there in this group? How speciose is it? How diverse is it? Where do these species live? Then you're going to talk about what this paper was attempting to study. So what do we know about this group of organisms in terms of their phylogenetic relationships? Then you're going to talk about the paper itself. What is it attempting to determine or to study or to figure out? And then talk about the character data that were included, the methods that were used, and then finally the results of the paper, which should include any published trees, consensus trees, any trees that you can find in the paper. I want you to try to find a way to either take a snapshot or a screenshot of those trees that you find, because you're going to include those in your presentation. All right. And then you're going to have a discussion section outline. So once you've completed this outline, which will help you build your presentation, you're going to upload that to this section in Moodle. All right. And that should be the second part of this project. So you identify your organisms, you find a paper, I approve of the paper. Once I've approved, you find a paper outline document here in the paper outline section, which tells you what you should be looking for. And then finally, during the very last week of class, we will be getting together online and you're going to be presenting your paper to your classmates. If you click on the Systematic Synthesis Project presentation outline, you will see a document that very much looks like, there's your paper outline, pardon me. There's your presentation outline. This kind of highlights what I want you to present on. So you're going to have your outline, which includes a lot of the nitty-gritty details, and then you're going to have the stuff that I am looking for in your synthesis presentation. You're going to be presenting for about 10 minutes. It's okay if you go a little bit over or a little bit under, as long as you are somewhere within that range. And I'm going to be looking for basic things like the background. Remember, you know more about this group of organisms than any of your classmates do. So be proud and present as much information as you can. Introduce the background, the problem. What do we know about these organisms? What do we not know? And what did this paper try to do? Give us an overview of the methods with some detail. All right, and then the analyses and conclusions. I will also be grading you on how organized your PowerPoint is, how good you are at presenting the information, and how well you've prepared. All right, so think of this as a way to show off everything that you've learned this semester, not just to me, but to your classmates and to you. You want to make sure that you've taken as much away from the systematics class as you can. All right, so those are the three basic things that you're going to be doing for your systematic synthesis project. Have fun with it. This is yours, right? Pick your group of organisms that you're interested in and really take ownership of the project. So have fun, guys. Ask me any questions that you have. We will talk about this during some of our class sessions, and I will open up a forum for you where you can post additional questions or concerns that you have, and I will see you soon. Have fun.